There are negative impacts with beef and also cropping farming. Like people are saying don't eat beef, but then they want to go down that vegan or plant-based diet. That itself is so incredibly intensive. Livestock can still graze under trees. You can't grow beans under trees or soybeans under trees. You need a fully flat, laser leveled paddock. You're going to be spraying it for herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, tilling the paddocks. Like the emissions and stuff that come out of that side of farming alone is pretty intensive. So I think we have to be able to find a balance.
So grazing in Australia is about 56% of Australia's land mass, and cropping uses about 4% of Australia's land mass. But that's the headline, right? And that's where a lot of thinking stops. Then when you dig below the headline and you realise that, well, only 6% of Australia is suitable for growing crops. You can't just switch out grazing land for cropland. It doesn't work like that. A lot of the reason that grazing uses so much land is that it's usually pretty arid land. I know in some parts of Australia that's not the case, but in those parts of Australia it's probably pretty hilly, not really suitable for cropping. But in the arid parts of Australia, those animals need to range really far and wide to be able to get any sort of productivity out of that land. It would be absolutely impossible to grow crops there. Could you grow crops where you are?
No, my farm, I can't. Like it's too hilly where we live, and I have like thousands of acres of native timber. We're not only attracting bird life and wildlife, and our cattle can graze under it, but it is not possible to farm crops in the same areas that people produce livestock. So I think those numbers, although it sounds good for the plant-based movement, it's bullshit.